how did Earth Radio meet?
So I released a solo EP in 2017, May of 2017, and I met Justin. Actually, yeah, I met Justin and I met Dutcher at Brad Fritcher's wedding. Brad Fritcher is a trumpet player. I actually met Brad at Brad Fritcher's wedding. I went with my friend Joe Vasquez, who just knew that I wanted to start my own project and that I was moving to Grand Rapids. So he invited me to come meet a bunch of people, meet a bunch of musicians at Brad's wedding. And so then I asked Justin to play on my EP, and he did, and we started playing music together and playing shows, and started just like naturally like writing songs together too, and realized that it was there was some good like songwriting chemistry, musicianship chemistry between us. And he knew that I wanted to start a group that wasn't just, myself, not just Hannah Laine, but like something else. I was really into Hiatus Coyote at the time, still am, still my favorite band.
They're awesome.
Yeah, so he knew that I wanted to start a project kind of like that, a little different, some like R&B soul, but with more to it. So he just like, he records whenever he wants to. And he's constantly doing that. So I think at the time, like, he was itching to record, and he called me up and said, "Hey, I'm going to record an album. Do you want to be part of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then he got Dutcher involved on it too, and Mario Copeland, who was the initial drummer for the band. So the four of us got together in his parents' basement and just recorded the first Earth Radio album. And some of the songs, like I wrote a few songs beforehand and brought them to the group, and they kind of developed in their own way. And some songs we just wrote in the studio too, in Justin's parents' basement.
Yeah. In the parents' studio.
Yeah. It just kind of came together naturally, and it just felt right. So we started playing shows together and released the album under this name, Earth Radio, and just.
Well, it seems very natural, especially watching you guys live. It seems very natural. You guys have a massive chemistry, and I wanted to see, like, so you said you brought a song to the group. Could you kind of tell us, like, how does that feel, like when you have a song that you're writing and then you bring it to another group of especially talented musicians? Like, what's your, like, how do you feel / what's the process after? Like, how does that go?
Yeah. Some I have like all mapped out in my head, and I know exactly what I want it to sound like. And sometimes I can't communicate that very well. Like, it's hard to sometimes put into words what's going on in my head. So that's been a struggle, and sometimes I've been a little frustrated if I haven't been able to explain like what I want out of something, and then it comes out differently. It can be like a little like, this isn't exactly what I want. But most of the time, I'll even bring like a skeleton of a song. Like, these are the main chords and these are the main sections, but I'll open it up to let whatever happen, and let the song kind of like unfold itself. So sometimes like just jamming on a song and just playing it over and over, people will get ideas. They'll say, "Oh, what if we did this here?"
Right.
and
Yeah.
then we just try different things out, and it just kind of naturally unfolds and yeah,
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
together.
That's so
There is
cool.
kind of like a there is kind of like a vulnerability like to bringing like your idea to like a group of
Hmm.
musicians and then letting it just like unfold. Um
Yeah.
that is a very um you know, I don't experience that because I am a drummer and I don't really write songs a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, songs that I bring to other people, but I can
Hmm.
only imagine there's a vulnerability that it's like you're giving a part of like who you are to these other people to take
Yeah.
with them and
Hmm.
make it into like a collective thing, which is so
Yeah.
one of the wonderful things about being a musician and playing in a group of musicians.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and that's exactly like why I wanted to have a group that wasn't just my songwriting, because I felt like, especially the musicians that I work with, is they can bring it to this whole different level or different world that I can't even comprehend or like really envision myself. So it's it's cool to be able to like bring a seed to the group
mm, plant the
and
seed.
then yeah, allow it to just be what it is,
Yeah,
which is
that's
Yeah.
usually
wonderful.
like to me better than what I could come up with on my own.